Hello everyone. Welcome back. In lecture 1, we defined signals, we defined systems, and we saw classification of signals, right? So let me just refresh what we did in the lecture 1. We defined signals, right? And what is a signal? It's a function of one or more independent variable which carries information, right? And what is a system? It's an entity which manipulates the input signal, which results in a new kind of output signal, y of t, right? Continuous time signals, we represent it as x of t, and the discrete time signal we represent it in terms of x of n. So small letter t and small letter n. And also we classified the signal. We had five classifications. The first classification was continuous time and discrete time signal. Second classification, deterministic and random signal. Third classification, periodic and non-periodic. Fourth one is even and odd signal, and the last one is energy and power signal. Okay. So what is continuous time and discrete time signal? Continuous time are the signal where its amplitude is defined for all values of t, right? Whereas discrete time signals are the signal where its amplitude is defined only for integer values of n, right? What do you mean by deterministic and random signal? Any signal which can be represented in terms of mathematical equation or deterministic signal, and which cannot be represented in terms of mathematical equation of random signal, right? And we defined periodic and non-periodic signal. A signal which repeats itself for a particular time interval, it is called as periodic signal, and a signal which does not repeat itself for a particular time interval, then it is called as non-periodic signals, right? And whenever we say periodic signal, next question comes is actually what is its fundamental period, capital T, right? What do you mean by fundamental period, capital T? The smallest amount of time for which the signal repeats itself, right? It is called as fundamental period, capital T. Next, we shall move on to the fourth classification, which is even and odd signal. A continuous time signal x of t is said to be even signal if this condition satisfies. If x of minus t, if x of minus t is equal to x of t. So a signal, if for a signal to be even signal, so it has to satisfy this condition, x of minus t is equal to x of t. Let me give an example. Example for an even signal is x of t is equal to cos t. Cos t. Does this cos t satisfies this even condition, x of minus t is equal to x of t? We shall try to see that graphically. So how does a cos wave looks like? So this is our signal, cos wave signal. So it starts from here and it goes till plus infinity, right? And again in the negative time also same pattern repeats. So this is our cos t, right? This is the time independent variable, and this is x of t, amplitude, fine. So this is a and this is minus a. Now what do we say? The amplitude, and I forgot to say that x of minus t is equal to x of t. This condition holds good not for just few values of t. This is for all t, for all values of t, right? And what is t? T is an independent variable which is varying from minus infinity to plus infinity. For all t, for t varying from minus infinity to infinity, it has to satisfy x of minus t is equal to x of t. Does it satisfy for cos wave? As I told you, cos is a even signal. Does it satisfy? Yes, it has to satisfy, right? Because the amplitude at t is equal to, say, this. Let me just make it in terms of pi. 0, pi, 0. This is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2. And this is 2 pi. Similarly, pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus pi minus 3 pi by 2, and this is minus 2 pi, right? Okay. So the amplitude at time t is equal to 2 pi, whatever the amplitude I have, at time t is equal to minus 2 pi, I should have the same amplitude, right? So x of t, this is x of t, should be equal to x of minus t, right? So similarly, you take any point in t, say x at t is equal to pi, the amplitude whatever I have should be same as at t is equal to minus pi. T is equal to, you just take any value, any time interval, in the positive side, whatever the amplitude I have, it should be same as in the negative side. Okay, so this will satisfy the condition x of minus t is equal to x of t. Okay, so what is an even signal? A continuous time signal x of t is said to be even if x of minus t is equal to x of t for all t. So this condition it has to satisfy. And what is an odd signal? A continuous time signal x of t is said to be odd signal if it satisfies the condition x of minus t is equal to minus of x of t. And this condition it has to hold good for all t, for all time t. Okay, so what is an example for an odd signal? So x of t is equal to what? Sin t. Right? Does sine wave satisfies this condition? We shall check it. So 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 0, minus pi, minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi, and so on. Right? So this is a and this is minus a. This is the independent variable t, and this is x of t. Right? So what is the condition says? The amplitude at any interval in the negative side of t. I repeat again, amplitude at any time interval in the negative side of t. Why did I say negative side of t? Because I have minus t, right? What do I have? This is minus t. The amplitude at negative side of t should be negative in the positive side of t. That is not minus of, negative in the positive side of t. Why did I say positive side of t? Because this is t, right? So amplitude at the negative side of t, the amplitude at the negative side of t is inverse, in the sense it's a negative of the amplitude at the positive side of t. Okay, I hope it is convinced for you. We shall check, we shall verify it. If you look at amplitude at t amplitude, let me put it here. If you look at amplitude at minus pi by 2, so this is the amplitude at minus pi by 2, right? So what is the amplitude at plus pi by 2? This is plus pi by 2. No, what is the amplitude at plus pi by 2? It is negative of that, right? Here it is positive, right? Similarly, if you look at amplitude at minus 3 pi by 2, so it is positive, whereas in the positive side of t, so it is plus 3 pi by 2, amplitude is negative, right? So whatever the amplitude I have at negative side of t, its amplitude is reversed in the positive side of t. Okay, so if the condition x of minus t is equal to minus x of t for all t, if this condition is satisfied, then I can call it as basically a odd signal. Okay, now similarly the condition whatever we have discussed holds good for discrete time signal also. A discrete time signal x of n is said to be even signal if, what is the condition? X of minus n is equal to x of n for all n, right? And a discrete time signal x of n is said to be odd if x of minus n is equal to minus of x of n, and this is for all n. Let me give one example for a discrete time signal where the signal is even. So this is n 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So this is 3, 2, 1. This is 2, 1. So at n equal to minus 1, what is the amplitude? 2. Should be equal to, at n is equal to plus 1, amplitude is 2, right? At n equal to minus 2, what is the amplitude? 1. X of minus 2 is 1. Should be equal to, at n equal to 2, it should be same as 1, right? So the amplitudes in the negative side of n and the positive side of n should be the same. That's what the condition says. Okay, so amplitude in the negative side of n should be same as positive side of n for all n. Okay, and let me give one example for an odd signal. Let me sketch it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So for odd signal, always at n equal to 0, the amplitude will be 0. Okay. Okay, so this is an example for odd signal. Let me address the samples. So this is 3, 2, 1. This is 2, 1. Again, this is 1, 2, 3. This is 2, 1, 2, 0. Okay. So does this satisfies this condition? Yes, right. So the amplitude at negative side of n is ulta, in the sense inverse in the positive side of n, right? At n equal to minus 1, what is amplitude? 1. But n is equal to plus 1, what is amplitude? It is minus 1. So this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 2, minus. What is amplitude at minus 3? It is 3. Whereas what is amplitude at 3? It is minus 3. So whatever the amplitude I have in the negative side, so it should be ulta in the positive side. If this is negative, this has to be positive. If it is positive, the amplitude here should be negative. Okay. So this is the condition for even and odd signal if we consider as discrete time signal. Okay. Now there is some there is a few points to be noted. For continuous time signal, this is with respect to even and odd signal. Okay. For a continuous time signal, x of t, x of t, x of t is a sum of its even and odd component. If you consider any arbitrary signal x of t, it is basically sum of this x of t's even and odd component. That is mathematically I can write it as x of t. This is my combined signal, arbitrary signal. X of t is the sum of x e of t and x o of t, where x e is the even component of x of t and x o of t is the odd component of x of t. This is the first point. The second point is if if any signal is an odd signal, if a signal is odd, x o of t, okay, its amplitude is 0. Its amplitude is 0 at t is equal to 0. If the signal is odd signal, okay, its amplitude is 0 at t is equal to 0. Fine. If it is a continuous time signal, and these two conditions holds good for discrete time also. X of n is a sum of its even and odd component. Okay, and that is x of n is equal to x e of n plus x o of n. What is x e of n? Even component of x of n, and x o of n is odd component of x of. Okay, and what is the next condition? Next condition is if the signal is an odd signal, its amplitude is 0 at n equal to 0. If it is an odd signal, its amplitude is 0 at n equal to 0. Right? Let me show you. So was this an example? This is an example for what? This is an example for what? It's an example for odd signal, right? At n equal to 0, what is amplitude? It is 0, right? But for even it is not, right? Similarly for continuous time signal, which was the odd signal, so this was the odd signal, right? And what is its amplitude at t is equal to 0? It is 0, right? So for every odd signal at t is equal to 0, for every odd signal, its amplitude is 0 at t is equal to 0. Similarly, if it is a discrete time signal, its amplitude is 0 for n equal to 0. Okay, so that was about even and odd signal. Next classification is energy and power signal. So the total energy, when I say energy, it is actually total energy. Okay, the total energy of a continuous time signal x of t, if you consider a signal x of t, its total energy is given by, so E is equal to, where capital E stands for energy. So limit t tends to infinity, integrating from minus t by 2 to t by 2 x square of t dt. Okay, so whenever t goes to infinity, what happens to the limit? So infinity by 2 is infinity, minus infinity by 2 is minus infinity, right? So therefore E is equal to, when I apply the limit, so integrating from minus infinity to infinity x square of t dt. So this is how we find energy of a signal. If for a given signal x of t, how do we find energy? You square the signal and integrate it from minus infinity to infinity. That will give you the what energy? Total energy. Okay. Next, what about power? The average power. When I say power, it is average power. Okay. When I say energy, it is total energy. But when I say power, it is average power. Average power of a periodic continuous time signal x of t is given by, when I say periodic continuous time signal, think, next question is what? Its fundamental period. And what is the fundamental period of a continuous time signal? It is capital T, right? So I have a signal x of t, it is periodic and its fundamental period is capital T. If that is the case, how do we find power? So power is given by 1 by t into integrating from minus t by 2 to t by 2 x square of t dt. Okay. So what is this? This is the average power. That's why I am dividing it by one fundamental period. Okay. Uh, you have to consider one period and you divide it with one fundamental period. I can also write this as p is equal to 1 by t integrating from 0 to t. Instead of taking from minus t by 2 t by 2, you just take from 0 to t. Anyhow, in this case also, in this limit also, I will be covering one period, one exact period, right? So x square of t dt. So both equation holds good. Let me just try to convince you with sine wave. So 0 t by 2 t 0 t minus t by 2 minus t. Okay. So basically this is a periodic signal. Fundamental period is capital T, right? Now if you take from 0 to t, you are covering one full cycle, one I mean one positive cycle and one negative cycle, right? One positive half cycle and one negative half cycle. If you cover from 0 to t, right? 0 to t. But if you cover from minus t by 2 t by 2, so minus t by 2 to t by 2, what are you covering? One negative half cycle and one positive half cycle. Here also I am covering one negative half cycle and one positive half cycle, right? So whatever may be the limit you choose, you can even choose t to 2t also. Okay, so 3t 2t, t 2t 3t, right? So you can choose even t to 3t so that you cover only, I mean, one full cycle, one fundamental period, right? So wherever you want you can choose, but make sure that you cover one complete cycle. Okay, so either you can use this equation or you can use this equation while solving the problem. Fine. So since it's an average power, that's the reason we are dividing it by one full cycle, one complete cycle. That's why this is 1 by t. Whereas here we don't have 1 by t. Why? Because it's a total energy, right? Whereas this is average power. Okay, next few points to be noted on energy and power signal. So first point is, a signal is referred to as energy signal. A signal is referred to as energy signal if and only if the total energy of the signal satisfies the condition. Its energy should be always finite. So energy should be lie only in between 0 to infinity. So I mean to say, that is, its energy E should be finite. Okay. So a signal is referred to as a power signal. Okay, if and only if the average power of the signal satisfies the condition. Even here also power should be lying in between 0 to infinity. That is, P should be finite. Right. So energy should be finite, power should be finite. And the third point is an energy should be 0. An energy signal has 0 average power and power has infinite energy. Okay, an energy signal has 0 average power and power signal has infinite energy. So you should know this while solving the problem. These points we have to use to recognize whether the given signal x of t or x of n is a energy signal or power signal. Okay, so energy signal has 0 average power and power signal has infinite energy. Next, the fourth point is the signal cannot be both energy and power signal. Either it has to be energy signal or it has to be power signal. It cannot be both energy and power signal. So usually periodic and random signals are viewed as power signal, whereas non-periodic and deterministic signal are viewed as energy signal. Okay, so periodic and random signals are usually viewed as power signal, whereas non-periodic and deterministic signal are usually viewed as energy and power signal for a continuous time signal. But for a discrete time signal, I will try to put the equation. In case of discrete time signal x of n, the total energy of a signal x of n is given by same thing. You square the signal, but you have to sum it up from where to where, n varying from minus infinity to infinity. That will give me the energy. Okay, if this is a discrete time signal. What we had for continuous time signal, we used to integrate it from where to where, minus infinity to infinity. Why minus infinity to infinity? Because it's a total energy, right? And what we did, x square the signal, x square of t dt. So this was with respect to continuous time signal. This is with respect to discrete time signal. And average power, so you take 1 by 2n and sum it up for n varying from 0 to n minus 1 x square of n. Okay, so why 0 to n minus 1? Because n is the fundamental period. So I am taking one complete period, one complete cycle, and square the signal, and since it's an average power, you divide it by 1 by n, not 2n, 1 by n, sorry. Okay, in this case x of n, we are considering it as a periodic signal with fundamental period n. Okay, so thank you.